Hey buddies, this is what old Bag witnessed.
Anyway, after the ceremony, I went and paced around the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I make sure to keep a good eye out the whole time.
Why was she wearing this?
Yeah.
That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out from poor Juan's room. Poor Juan's room.
That's how she says it.
It was on guard. Matt on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
How could what she say not implicate our witness? Remember, witnesses rarely lie in this game, unless they're guilty. Usually witnesses just say a truth that they believe.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't actually him.
How could that be?
He was in his costume.
Yeah, so it could be someone else inside.
Oh,
I think
for
that's
God's
where
sake.
Time she's
Seriously?
done that.
it's the second time she's fucking done that with a samurai costume.
So, Mr. Ungard came out from the victim's room.
See, it has to be him. He's the murderer.
God, I hate her.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Anyway, after the ceremony, I went and paced around in front of his room.
Miss Old Bag, what was your post on that night?
The lobby. I was supposed to help set up the stage for that trifling show. But I refused to help. I'll have you know, it was for that lead-headed samurai show. I even took out a few of the nails.
She sabotaged the fucking stage.
Maybe it was a good thing the show didn't go on. Besides, that manager with the glasses seemed to be working hard at it without me. So I thought I'd take a break and spread my little wings.
And that's when you went to the hangout at the victim's door.
There was something I was interested in finding out, you know.
Something you were interested in? And just what was that?
It's not some little thing I can just go around telling everyone, you know. It's top secret between me and Juan. Oh, and Edgy, of course.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is this thing she was interested in?
I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor.
Gossip?
If this has something to do with the case, then you can append it to your testimony.
It looks like we shouldn't force it right now.
And did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time?
Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time.
Your job that you don't do, right?
Yeah.
Oh, then wouldn't you tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Corrida's room?
I have no idea! I wasn't born so I could count things for those who didn't pay attention in class. That's why, ever since I turned 20, I quit keeping track of how old I really am.
Ew. She thinks she's 20.
Yes, well, that would explain why your age is not recorded in the report.
In any case, the witness then saw someone, correct?
That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room.
Who in the world was that?
I'm not allowed to say.
What?
This sort of information has to be carefully guarded from the masses, Sonny. The man that came out of Juan's room, he was.
Yes, he was.
I'm too scared. I can't say his name out loud.
Ugh. Oh, what I wouldn't give to have Francesca's whip right about now.
Well, I guess I can tell you, since he was such a bad boy anyway. It was on guard, not on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
You saw my client. Are you sure about that?
Yesy!
Really?
Annoying brat. When I say I saw someone, I saw that person.
Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe, to avoid a mess like last year, I should delve into this a bit further. Yeah, person's clothes.
Yeah.
Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail.
What a troublesome man you are. Really. As if something like that matters.
But it does.
Now what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing.
What thing?
That gaudy thing he's always wearing. That racing jacket.
Oh, she's like straight up lying then.
He was wearing that.
At the detention center. He was wearing
That
that at the
doesn't
detention
jive.
center too. What?
That doesn't jive.
That does not.
Because
He was in costume. He says he was in costume, first of all. So if it was him, he would have been in costume. And second, it wasn't him.
And the button was found in his...
Hakama, yeah, we even have
Yeah.
that on record from the police.
That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men.
Pantaloons. Must drop pantaloons. She's a witch. She hypnotized me. She cast a spell on me. Yeah, that's what he said. Right.
So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way?
It was very important. Of course it was important, Your Honor. Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of the testimony was important. Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket to be appended to her testimony.
I don't quite see where you're going with this, but all right, witness, please.
Well, I don't like to be badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must. He was wearing his flashy racing jacket. Honestly, it's all just for show.
Are you sure the defendant was wearing a racing jacket?
What do you think? It's not like I've seen him in anything other than that horrible thing. I'm sure he was wearing it.
So, if she's sure herself, it's to the point of self-absorption. She's so sure of herself, it's to the point of self-absorption. She may not remember or be mistaken here, but she may not remember things or be mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying. So maybe he did go. It's bad for us. It's bad for us, really bad. But that's how the human mind is. It also has the tendency to jump off topic. She's strayed onto a few interesting side topics this time too, hasn't she? But that's what makes her a sweet old lady, right?
No,
it does not.
That's not.
Not all old ladies need to be sweet.
Silly boobs. Can't stay mad at you.
The slap bongos. That's how it would sound.
Yeah.
That's because you're the only one. You're not the one who has to question her. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around. All right, so what? Just present the fucking button?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Because the fact that the button description even says Hakama right on it.
Yeah.
So bam, this is easy.
Objection!
Miss Old Bag.
What? Don't say my name for no reason.
She's ashamed of her name. Ugh. All right. Is this kind of? It's kind of. It's not really
Sort
my.
of dancy.
Do you know what this is?
It's the button number 2 on the Jammin' Ninja's costume.
Button number 2.
Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it with a single glance.
Give it here! Give it here! If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this. Rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a.
Wow, she really is a diehard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. Enguard's body during the full body search. God damn it, I have like a cat hair in my nose.
Aw, stupid cats.
Excuse me.
Quit letting the cats go up your nose.
God, it's everywhere. How am I supposed to? All right.
See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it was that rascal Enguard.
If cats were a drug, I would snort them up.
Really?
How do you know they're not?
If cats could talk.
They would, and... All right. It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai hakama pants.
See? That Enguard is the nickel samurai.
Witness! Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination. But just now, did you not say that the defendant, Matt Enguard, was wearing his usual racing jacket?
That really solidified your point.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, she's pissed.
I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. If I wore the trendiest dress, then maybe instead I'd have to be putting this ridiculous looking outfit. Hideous, right? It's a tape recorder stuck to the chest. Let me tell you, it's heavy. I used to have CDs, Dream Alive, those kids that understand. Now look in the mirror. Your clothes are about as interesting as a documentary on curling. You should take a tip from Edgy Poo. He's a
Jesus!
Now hold your tongue still there for 1 second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. Enguard, the man, but Mr. Enguard, the nickel samurai.
But when you think about it, they're really one and the same anyway.
We've been through this in the previous game, you fucking bitch!
I hate you, old bag!
Miss Old Bag, this is a very important point we're talking about.
Edgy Poo? Do you think so too?
Well, it might be something worth thinking about.
Just say it's important and agree with me for a change.
She didn't say that in his
Wow, yeah.
Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify.
Sigh, all right, if you insist. I should be the one sighing, not you.
Second piece of testimony, who I saw.
Enguard, yes.
Now I remember. The nickel samurai. That's right, it was the nickel samurai I saw.
Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that nickel samurai costume just when he was stabbing poor Joanne.
How? That was just like you just lied so
Yeah.
blatantly.
Who cares? Her testimony still holds up in court.
I knew it.
I knew you'd say it was inside that costume. He was inside that costume?
What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside that costume?
Can you fucking think back one goddamn year, you fucking bitch?
Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things.
But the possibility does exist.
Ah, youngins today, I told you there's no way it was anyone else.
How do you know that?
Thank you, Judge.
Because I said so. And what I say is the truth. At least she's just delightful. At least she's just as delightful a witness as she was a year ago.
Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Yeah, maybe she has Alzheimer's.
Cross-examination after the break. Stay tuned. Blah, blah, blah.